We here on a Thursday. It is October 16th, Thursday. And we are here in the building, 345 Burp Jones. Here's your promo for the Buzzsprout. In case you want to listen to it in audio, just go to this link you see on the screen here. If you already listened to the audio, then you already know how to get to it. Burp Jones, 345. 3-4 of them. What's happening? We in the building, man, right here, right now. We're just going to run down some NFL. There's some playoff baseball at the end. And then we're going to get up out of here. It is Thursday. We got football tonight and more playoff baseball tonight. The Blue Jays done made it interesting. Hopefully the Brewers can make it interesting because nobody wants to see the Dodgers go forward. I don't want to see a sweep in a series. I want it to be interesting. So hopefully the Brewers can do what the Blue Jays did. Thanks everybody for watching. We got your all your social media up top. Even the YouTube is getting a few more subscribers. I post them YouTube shorts on there, and then they get the YouTube shorts bring people to the main page, and they can subscribe, and that's pretty cool. Subscribing is free, or a follow is free. I always say that it doesn't hurt to if you like the material, just push follow. It doesn't cost you a penny. We're gonna go ahead and jump in on the last week's Philadelphia Eagle New York Giants game. And, I just have a few things to say about this here. That the Eagles did look bad on both sides of the ball. One of them games where Jalen Hurts couldn't get it going, and just looked bad in general. Threw an interception. But the thing for me is that a team led by two rookies is what beat the Eagles. Scatterboo and Dart, that really just look flawless out there. And to look flawless against the reigning NFL Super Bowl champions like that is what's shocking, I think, to most people. I at least expect more of a defensive effort if you're going to lose. At least make it a close game. To lose by, 17 by 3 scores is what's shocking, I think, to most people. Also, just the small usage of Saquon Barkley. From you understand, you get behind in the game and you got to pass more, but 12 carries, 58 yards. Meanwhile, you got a rookie who's 19 carries, 98 yards, 3 TDs. Saquon is 12 carries, 58 yards. So that's Dallas Goedert had a great game, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. But so did Wan'Dale Robinson. The Giants had a good game all around, defensively and offensively. These two rookies are clearly leading them to something. They're still only 2-4, but keep in mind that 2 of them games or 3 of them games, Russell Wilson lost. I forget how many. I know he lost at least 2 of them or 3. He's 0-3. He lost 3 of them. So 3 of them games Russell Wilson lost. So they're 2-4, but Jackson Darter's only lost 1 game. So that I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. The Eagles, there's no reason to jump ship for the Eagles. Eagles fans, they're still 4-2. It is embarrassing. I did post on my TikTok and YouTube how embarrassing. This is an embarrassing loss. You should not have lost to the Giants. You should not have lost to them 2 rookies. You have Saquon Barkley and the defense and the receivers and the offense that you have. You should not have lost to this team. They were out there throwing with second string. They didn't have Neighbors, didn't have Slayton. So they were out there throwing with second string receivers, and they beat you by 17 points with a rookie at the helm and another rookie running. So that qualifies as an embarrassing loss. But 4-2 is no reason to jump ship at all. I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back. They do have the Vikings. I do expect a win against the Vikings, especially with their QB situation the way it is. If they go out there and lose to the Vikings, then I'm gonna know something. Great win from the Giants. This is a upwards momentum trend for the Giants. The Giants fans have something positive to look forward to. These 2 guys can play ball. They're clearly good. If that defense continues to play like this, then something good is going to happen with the Giants. They're still 2-4 though, so they still got to win 2 just to even out. But this is good to see, especially beating a team the quality of Philadelphia. The Cowboys and the Panthers game. We're going to jump to Sunday. The Cowboys and the Panthers game. I watched what I could of this on television, and it wasn't necessarily that the Cowboys offense wasn't working in this game. It was that the Cowboys defense couldn't stop the Panthers offense. Rico Dowdle said he was going to destroy them, and he destroyed them 183 yards on the ground. That is gouging. That is horrible run defense. And so the Cowboys need more defense, which they traded away. So that's the thing. You know, Jerry Jones, I guess, went on record after this game saying how they need more defense. You traded away the defense. Whatever problem you had with Micah Parsons, you traded him to Green Bay, and in return, you got a defensive lineman, and you don't have defense anymore. The defense is bad. You traded away your best defensive player, and now your defense is bad. Flat out, there's no other way to describe it. And so now you are giving up 183 running yards to your former running back that you used to have on your team. Your running back put up 29 rushing yards. So basically the whole game was on Dak Prescott, 261 yards and 3 TDs. What else do you want? More do you want the man to do? George Pickens, 9 receptions, 168 yards, and a TD. What else do you want more of that combo to do? That's the whole offense. So Bryce Young came out and played a decent game, 3 TDs and 1 interception. Rico Dowdle gouged y'all to death, gouged the Cowboys to death, and the Cowboys cannot stop him, especially on that last drive of the game where they kicked that field goal or whatever, and that was the winning margin of the game. So the Cowboys need defense. They traded away the defense, their best defensive player, instead of paying him. And so I don't really know the direct. The Cowboys are 2-3-1. The Panthers are 3-3. The Panthers have a better record than the Cowboys. So I don't know what the hopes are for the Cowboys, but it doesn't look good. The area your team has a problem in, you traded away the player that can help you with that problem. You traded him away, and you did not get in return a solution to that problem. You think you're going to draft another Micah Parsons, and you're not. And so now you have a defensive issue of giving up 180 rushing yards a game, and you cannot stop teams from scoring. And so everybody knows the phrase defense wins games. Well, your defense is now terrible, and you cannot stop other teams because you traded away the person that was helping you do that. So I don't know which direction Dallas needs to go in. They're probably going to go out and look for a defensive player to replace the defensive player that they should have kept in the first place. And that's how Jerry Jones works, I guess. The Lions and the Chiefs game, man, this one, I don't want to say it's surprising. It's Pat Mahomes. I just want to say that a lot of people had the Lions to win this game. I thought the Lions could at least cover the spread. They didn't even cover that little spread. I forget what it was, but they didn't cover it. So they came out swinging, but Pat was just the real credit goes to the Kansas City defense. The Kansas City defense holding them an offense like the Lions to 17 points is where the majority of the credit should go. But mostly what I want to say about this is a sign that the Chiefs are back. This was a good game from Pat. 3 TDs, no picks, 257. This looks like the Pat Mahomes we're used to seeing. Both of the Kansas City running backs did their job. Neither one of them took over, but they both split their turns and did their jobs like they're supposed to. Pacheco and Hunt. Kelsey did his job, 6 receptions, 78 yards. The defense holding the Lions to say if this Kansas City team comes out and plays this way every game, then the NFL is in trouble. They get Rice back this coming Sunday. So this is the Chiefs that everybody is scared of. This is the Chiefs team that people don't want to see. They want to see the Chiefs team at the end of last year. That's the at the beginning of this year. This is not the Chiefs team that everybody wants to see. That plays well on offense and defense. If they're holding teams to 17 under 20 points a game, then the Chiefs are going to be a problem because they have the offense to win the game. So I think the Chiefs are trending upwards from here with Rashee Rice coming back. This is a Chiefs team that other teams need to look out for. They're probably about to go on some sort of win streak. The Raiders, the Commanders. They got the Bills and Broncos. The next two games, the Chiefs are going to win. The Chiefs are definitely beating the Raiders. The Chiefs are more than likely definitely beating the Commanders. The Commanders just lost to the Bears. So, this is a Chiefs team that is could be headed right back to the Super Bowl, where a lot of people probably didn't expect them to be this year. It's kind of early to predict that, but they're playing like it. This Bills and Falcons game that came on Monday night. This Falcons defense was impressive. Josh Allen looked like a deer in headlights. He did get 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 interceptions. This Falcons defense was smothering. I think this is a test. James Cook did his job, but James Cook always does his job. Bijan Robinson looked just unstoppable. They couldn't get a hand around him. 170 yards on the ground. If you remember, Derrick Henry did 200 yards on the ground the first game of the season they played. The Bills can't stop the run. When a superstar running back plays them, they get gouged on the ground. If the team plays good defense like they did, the Bills are a very beatable team. And so this is a problem. The Bills can't stop the run at all. And that's what needs to be addressed at first, because running backs are hitting them for 170 to 200 yards by themselves. On top of that, the Josh Allen, the offense, Josh Allen doesn't have we can continue this charade that Josh Allen actually has someone to throw to. Josh Allen does not have nobody to throw to, bro. Shakir and Keon Coleman, but it ain't. them are number 2 and number 3 receivers. Them are number 2 receivers that the Bills and that organization are trying to push into number 1. Josh Allen does not have a number 1 receiver, and the Bills cannot stop the run. So those two things. The Bills themselves run fine. James Cook is having a great season. Josh Allen has always been a great runner. The Bills' run game is great. That pass game is a problem. The Bills they take anybody and think that they are number 1. Keon Coleman is not a number 1 receiver. Shakir is not a number 1 receiver. And the one they had closest to number 1 receiver, they traded him away, and they just played him a few weeks ago, and he whooped their ass. By the name of Stephon Diggs. Was the last number 1 receiver that the Bills have had. So the Bills need to fix their pass game. Josh Allen had 180 pass yards, and the top receiver for Josh Allen had 60 yards. No TDs. That was Josh Palmer. 2 receptions, 60 yards. Shakir had 33 yards. Coleman, 3 catches, 11 yards. These dudes aren't good. These are a bunch of number 2 receivers that this team is trying to make number ones, and they are not number ones. You want to see a number one receiver? Drake London, 10 receptions, 158 yards. That's a number one receiver, Buffalo Bills. Lastly, here we got just the MLB playoffs real quick. You know, the Blue Jays came back last night, but they didn't come all the way back. The series is still 2-1 Seattle, but you know, the Blue Jays didn't go down quietly. And that's what I like to see. 13-4, they came out swinging. Hey, one more win. They play them today. One more win, and we got a tied series going in here, and that's what we really want to see in the American League any championship series like this. That's what we want to see. Do not go down quietly. No sweeps, no sweeps. And Blue Jays can possibly do it again. Let me see real quick who's pitching today. It's I'm probably gonna have to look at my phone. I don't know who's actually pitching today. Let's take a second to see who's pitching today. And so I had the Blue Jays to make the World Series. I picked that on DraftKings, so of course I wouldn't mind if they make the World Series. But I wouldn't mind Seattle being there either. I think any of the teams lined up now to make the World Series would make a good World Series. Should be competitive. Today, we have Scherzer going and Castillo going for Seattle. Should be a good pitching matchup. That should be a good matchup. Both pitchers decent, but also both pitchers vulnerable to get smacked around. Scherzer can get smacked around nowadays. Castillo has been smacked around a couple times this season. So if the Blue Jays can sneak one more, we got a series, and I need the Brewers to also try to sneak one today against the Dodgers. Don't just go out. But the Brewers don't even know who's pitching. Undecided, terrible versus Glass now for the Dodgers. The Dodgers just look more prepared. They look more prepared. They look ready. During the season, the Brewers beat the Dodgers handily. But this is the playoffs, and the Brewers just got beat 2-0 at home. So now they're gonna have to win. They're gonna have to win 4 after being down. I just don't know about that. But if they one at a time, it only takes one game at a time. I don't have anything else more for y'all. 17-minute podcast is where I like it, buddy. It's Thursday. Oh, we got the Bengals and Steelers tonight for the Thursday night game. Yeah, we got the Bengals Steelers tonight for the Thursday night game. I will say this, that I think as bad as the Bengals have been, I do not think this will be a blowout, and I do think the Bengals do cover by plus a touchdown, +7, +7.5. I do think the Bengals cover that because it's a division game. Division games are close. They always are. Yes, the Bengals have been terrible, but I think the Bengals are tired of people calling them terrible, and I think that this game is going to, they got Flacco, who's a little bit more competent than Browning. So I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people expected. I do not expect the Steelers to walk on them tonight. I think Flacco makes the team a tiny bit more competitive to face the Steelers. If it was Browning, I would probably say game over. But with Flacco playing, he should keep them within a touchdown of the Steelers tonight. I think pretty easily. I would hope so, with all the people he has to throw to and run the ball, etc. Burb Jones, 3, 4, 5 of them. That's it, man. Thanks y'all for listening. Thanks y'all for watching. You know how to get to all of the social media here. The TikTok page is probably the most active one. If you have a TikTok, go to that TikTok above, or go to my YouTube. I post YouTube shorts now, and people comment on those, so you can go to that YouTube over there. That's how we rock, man. We out of here. Here's the Buzzsprout page for you on your way out. Enjoy your Thursday of sports. We got some Thursday night football with the Bengals and Steelers, and then we got 2 MLB playoff games. So 2 baseball games and Thursday night football games should make a fun night of sports. We out of here, brother. See, now we done stretch it to the 20 minutes.